Thanks for choosing us. I am Beverly Broom. Now, Boku Central MP Ayariga has lambasted the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice for the slow pace at which the state is prosecuting the Chief Executive Officer of defunct gold dealership firm Menzgold Ghana Limited, Nana Apia Mensa alias Namwan. According to him, the AG has not demonstrated seriousness in dealing with the matter that ought to be treated with urgency and seriousness. Speaking on Newsfile, he lashed out at the AG and urged him to do what is necessary in the interest of the affected citizens. The MP is particularly disappointed that it has taken the government 3 years to amend the charges and file fresh ones.
You have a constitution that says that the Attorney General and Minister of Justice shall be responsible for initiation and prosecution of all criminal matters, and that all criminal prosecutions must be done in his name. And this is an Attorney General that is taking 3 years, not 1 month, not 2 months, not 1 year, not 3 years, to decipher what are the appropriate charges to prefer against Nana Mensa?
No, there were 61 charges already.
But they just dropped and changed to 39.
That's right.
Is that not it?
Yes.
So it means that it has taken them 3 years to figure out that the 61 were wrong and that it is this 39 that should be the proper charges. And it's taken them 3 years to figure out that they had filed the matter in the wrong court and that it is the High Court, that is the proper court. What other evidence
because
of incompetence?
Because you add money laundering charges will have to go to the High Court rather than the Circuit Court. So that's
and it's taken 3 years.
Twist.
It's taken 3 years for the Attorney General of Ghana and the Minister of Justice to figure out that for a money laundering charge, you should go to the High Court, or that this fact, which clearly shows money laundering from the very beginning, it is only after 3 years that the Attorney General of Ghana is getting to know that he should add money laundering charges, and therefore he should go to the High Court.
Prosecutors amend charges all the time, but what's the new
And it is taking 3 years, 3 good years. We are talking about the fate of 16,000 Ghanaians.
Almost 40 adjournments.
Whose tax money is what is used to buy the luxury car that the Attorney General is driving in, and the comfortable office, and his luxurious travel expenses at the cost of the taxpayer. And these taxpayers have been defrauded by Namwan, and it's taken 3 years for this very competent Attorney General.
These are taxpayers who were warned and they ignored the warnings, even at times when the state intervened. They were rather with the man against the state.
That is even worse, because the state sat by, the Bank of Ghana, the police, the security services, the Attorney General, everybody sat idly by and allowed this man to defraud citizens. Even if the people giving the money were participating in the conduct, they were also committing a criminal offense, and the state had a responsibility to stop them.
Now, the Member of Parliament for Boku Central has slammed the Office of the Special Prosecutor for not complying fully with its act in applying to the court for the confirmation of the seizure and freezing of accounts of the former Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation, Cecilia Dapa. Ayariga says the OSP has been negligent in discharging its duties and thus must be called out. According to him, the courts are there for everyone and not just the OSP.
I have read the press release of the special prosecutor. And I want to say that we are not small children. Read his statement. What does he say in paragraph 3? While the Office of Special Prosecutor respects the court's decision, it disagrees with the decision of the court. First, the OSP believes that the court's computation of the time limitation is, with respect, erroneous. That's actually the most critical paragraph in this statement. The OSP searched 3 private residences associated with Ms. Dapa over the course of 2 weeks. The searches and discovery were ongoing during that period. There is little doubt that the OSP filed its application within the statutory window once the search and discovery window is considered. You see, I am not a fan of Cecilia Dapa. I don't think what she has done is right. We're not talking about how many properties you searched, whether you said 3, 4, 5, whatever. Whether it took you 1 year to do your searches, it doesn't matter. The specific date that you seized this particular item, that is the date we are supposed to start counting from. After 7 days, if you haven't gone to court to confirm it, you have breached section 32 of your own act. So he shouldn't try to throw dust into our eyes. If you are negligent, admit that you are negligent. If you haven't performed your task as expected of you, admit that you have not performed your task. The judges are there to protect the rights of everybody, just as to also ensure that you exercise your powers properly. So did the special prosecutor run to court within 7 days of seizing the property or not? That's the crucial question that has to be answered by the special prosecutor. If he did not, why didn't he? In the face of 32(2), which clearly says that for him to continue to hold that asset, he must go and have it confirmed by a court. If he didn't go, he can't come and be throwing dust into our eyes.
Now, COP Alex Mensah, the police officer at the center of the leaked IGP tape, is accusing Akuffo Dampare of turning himself into a dictator in the Ghana Police Service by shutting everybody up, including the Public Affairs Department. According to him, this leadership style of Akuffo Dampare has caused dissatisfaction in the service, a reason he is convinced he is the worst IGP Ghana has ever had. These were the additional revelations as the probe into the leaked IGP tape by Parliament's ad hoc committee continues. Samuel Imbura has more in this report from Parliament.
COP Alex Mensah claims the leadership style of Akuffo Dampare has caused dissatisfaction in the service, a reason he is convinced he is the worst IGP Ghana has ever had.
What I said yesterday, if you give me the chance today, I will say so again. He is not managing the police service well. And for me, for the 31 years that I've been in the service, I can tell you he's the worst IGP we've ever had in this country.
He accuses Akuffo Dampare of gagging personnel, including the Public Affairs Department of the Ghana Police Service. Committee member wanted to know if indeed police personnel are divided on political lines, and this was a response from COP Alex Mensah on the issue.
So in the police service, do we have policemen belonging to the MPP and another group belonging to the NDC? Let us understand the issues clearly.
Mr. Chairman, I will not be a hypocrite.
Yes.
We have it. And we have some of our people who resigned within 2 weeks and they went and contested for MPs when they were supposed to have had been card-bearing members for 5 years. But they resigned within 2 weeks they were contesting. I'm not a hypocrite. I'll speak the truth.
The embattled officer further revealed there's a bad blood between the police and the Ghana Army under the administration of Akuffo Dampare. But does he have any regrets meeting Daniel Bugri-Nabu?
Must be frank. Yes. Because I thought I was speaking to a well-respected, confidential friend. I didn't know that I was just speaking to such a person.
The committee has revealed it is likely the IGP Akuffo Dampare will be invited as the probing into the matter continues.
It's a likelihood, you see, and it's all gotten to do with how the evidence is evolving. So it's a likelihood because the facts we should place before Parliament, the plenary, should not be shoddy. It should not be one-sided. So it's a likelihood.
So is it the case that anyone mentioned in the course of the interrogation will also be invited?
If the presence of the individual will give relevance to the fact-finding exercise, we will do that.
So when are you likely to invite the IGP?
I'm not sure whether we are going to invite the IGP today or tomorrow, but I'm saying that as the evidence is evolving and unfolding, there will be the necessity to bring some people here. And if you have to bring the IGP, we'll do so.
Meanwhile, COP Alex Mensah has been discharged by the committee and requested not to travel outside the country, as he may be recalled when the need arises. The next officer, Superintendent George Asari, takes his turn on Monday. From Parliament House, Samuel Mbura, Joy News.
Now, government is expected to distribute the first tranche of produce from farms cultivated by the National Service Scheme to shore up food supplies to schools under the Free Senior High School program. Through the Economic Enclave program under the Ghana Cares Obatampa initiative, over 500 bags of maize have been harvested, awaiting distribution to schools. Emmanuel Bright-Kweku was on a tour with the Education Minister to the farms located at Sechere Kumewu in the Ashanti region, and now reports.
The Education Minister visited the Economic Enclave project located at Botantri in Sechere Kumewu to assess the progress of work at the farms. The project is implemented in 3 key locations in the Greater Accra, Oti and Ashanti regions. At the Sechere Kumewu farms, under the supervision of the National Service Scheme, over 20,000 acres of land have been cultivated, with some farm produce already being harvested. Under the first phase of the project, the farms located on the vast land have maize, soya bean and rice. Executive Director of NSS, Osei Esibe Entry, says produce from the farms are expected to support school feeding programs and free senior high schools.
National Service is a governmental institution, and therefore, if government is supporting us to grow maize, rice and soya beans, then the end result is also going to support government projects and government program. And the government program that is going to support is the school feeding as well as the senior high school. That is where we want to channel our support to. That is not just to say these are the only 2 areas we are envisaging, because as at now we even have an MOU signed with the Poultry Farmers Association, so we also have them that we also be supporting them. So we will be producing for Ghana as a whole.
Education Minister Dr. Yao Osei Aduchum believes the cost for feeding program can be reduced through the locally produced food commodities.
You see, the school feeding program, you can reduce costs when you get products from the farm. Literally, you are buying at warehouse prices, wholesale prices. The items bought here will be cheaper than what you buy from the market, reducing your cost of production, reducing your cost of preparing the meals. Also make the project more sustainable, because you can feed the children with more, with less money, and they will get more for less. And same thing applies to the Free Senior High School program.
Minister hinted at the government's plan to reintroduce school farms for hands-on experience for students in agriculture.
They're also supporting the setup of school farms, and that together will really create opportunity for the sustainability of our programs, whether it's school feeding or the feeding of students at the high school level. The 1 hot meal for day students and 3 meals for boarding students.
The Economic Enclave project aims at providing agricultural infrastructure and land development support to the entrepreneurial youth and the formal private sector. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright-Kweku.
The Electricity Company of Ghana has begun the installation of smart prepayment meters under its loss recovery program in Cape Coast. The Loss Recovery Program is an initiative by ECG management to install MMS complaint smart meters in order to improve energy accounting. According to the ECG, the program is to help meet the demands of customers. Here's more in this report.
The Loss Recovery Program, according to the ECG, is aimed at ensuring availability of meters to meet service connection requests and reduce system losses. Districts which have benefited from the loss reduction program in the central region so far are Kaswa North District, the Kaswa South District, Aguna Street Road District, and Winneba District. Emmanuel Lumo is the general manager of ECG in charge of the Central region.
ECG Central will be installing over 140,000 meters to meet customer demand and also replace the faulty meters that we have in the system. We benchmarked the system in a way that any customer that walks into ECG for service connection, within 10 days, that service will be provided. Yeah, with the efficiency of the meter, these meters are class 1 meters, means that the accuracy level is very high. Yes, as I said earlier, these meters will rake in revenue, and we intend to plug them back in the system to better the supply system in ECG. Before then, in fact, customers were not meeting customer demand. At times, customers will come, it will take more than a month or more to get their meters due to shortage of meters. But this project, we have over 140,000 meters waiting for any customer that walks in for a new service connection.
He says the ECG will deal with anyone that tampers with the installation of ECG meters apart from the people designated by the company to handle meters.
And anyone found connecting meters illegally, the laws of this country will deal with. Because ECG today, as we speak today, ECG Central Region has more than enough meters to service all our customers. And no one in Ghana here has been licensed to install meters. So when we get anyone installed any meters apart from the prescribed meters, the laws of this country will definitely deal with all illegal connection or any bypass. Anyone tampering with these meters, the
ECG district manager for Cape Coast, Ebenezer Kwachi Sakwa, explained the impact of the program on its operations.
In fact, the rollout of the project, we are very happy because it's going to impact positively on our performance. You know, we are serving the public, and our main objective is to serve the customers and serve them well, which will also replicate in a form of revenue. Because when the customer is satisfied, that is where he will be willing to pay whatever is due you. So we are very happy. Secondly, we'll be able to also meet the customers on time. Whenever there's any application, we're able to meet them on time.
The installation of the smart meters in Cape Coast brings the total number of districts that have benefited from the program to 5.
The Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces has so far burnt about 16 excavators and impounded.
Jessica, this is the happiest day of my life. Right up there with the day I bought my RV and insured it with Progressive. Man, I love that thing. There are a million fish in the sea, which I'm reminded of every time I bring my RV to the lake, but I vow to love and cherish you just as much as I cherish campsites with full electric and water hookups. I'm so sorry.
Protect your beloved with an RV policy from Progressive. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
End your summer right with incredible Labor Day savings at HP.com. Laptops up to 43% off, desktops up to 40% off, and up to 67% off printers, monitors, and accessories. And for the gamers who want to level up their gear, get great deals on Omen and Victus gaming PCs, as well as HyperX gaming accessories. Plus, get free shipping store-wide. Don't delay. Visit HP.com and discover all of our amazing Labor Day savings today.
Over 30 others belonging to illegal miners pillaging the Apampraman Forest Reserve in the Ashanti region. But despite this onslaught, Joy News still found some Chinese miners raiding the forest. The commanding officer commanding the Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces, Brigadier General Ajimai Prempe, has been sharing his experience in fighting off illegal miners in the Apampraman Forest Reserve. Here are excerpts of Erastus Asaridonko's upcoming documentary, Forest Under Siege, focused on the Apampraman Forest Reserve.
These excavators are part of 16 equipment bent by personnel from the Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces in Kumasi on 7th June 2023. This move is part of an operation by the Forestry Commission to raid the Apampraman Forest Reserve of illegal miners to pave the way for a pilot reclamation exercise. Brigadier General Ajeman Prempe is the general officer commanding the Central Command. His reaction when he first saw the degradation caused to the Apamprama Forest Reserve by irresponsible miners.
I felt shocked. I felt worried. I felt people were heartless. I felt they were not getting in. And I just say that these are people that we need to ensure that they don't come around here anymore. Because I felt that generations behind have been robbed of something great.
16 excavators have been bent under his watch and a number of excavators seized and parked at Central Command 4th Battalion grounds in Kumasi.
Once you find it in the forest, we burn. Once you find it along the riverside, we burn. Once you find it in an area that is grey, where the individual has been given the right to mine, we collect the machines and bring them to the command headquarters for you to come and justify with your documents if indeed you have the right to mine in the area.
Even as he continues his onslaught on illegal mining in what is left of the Apamprama, we found many Chinese miners are back to mine in the forest. Some have hit the ground mining, while others have set up camp to continue mining in a forest built for reclamation.
You can see fresh excavators, about 8 drums of diesel ready to work. Equipment here and there. You can see the generators and the washing plants. The illegal miners are back.
Dr. Stephen Piatechi is an environmental planning expert and a senior lecturer with the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He is worried about the rate at which Ghana is depleting its forest through illegal mining.
If the colonial masters were criticized, save these resources. If the likes of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah save these resources, how come our fourth republic, that we pride ourselves as being a democracy, is the one destroying these resources? We should put questions on that. So the extent of discussion, not only forest but water body, is alarming. It doesn't look good for the nation.
Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaredonko, Kumasi.
Now, the absence of location-specific forecast and daily weather updates have been a concern to many Ghanaians. But the Ghana Meteorological Agency says this is possible with the availability of about 4 radar systems, 120 automated weather stations, 350 agro-meteorological stations, and 600 gauges spread across the country. By integrating radar and satellite data, the resultant weather forecasts are poised to be highly dependable, offering valuable insights to facilitate informed decision-making. On climate focus, Mahmoud Mohamed Nuruddin highlights the financial shortfall impeding the operations of GMET.
The Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMET, is responsible for monitoring meteorological conditions within the flight information region overseen by the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority. This involves providing regular updates and alerts about impending weather changes.
Go to all the airports in Ghana, we have Met stations or Met officers there who provide information. If you sit on aircraft, the information you get when the pilot is speaking to you is how the weather is going to be, whether turbulence you are going to experience during the flight, and the temperatures and the place you are landing, how the weather is. All that information comes from the Met institutions. So in Ghana, Ghana Meteorological Agency is the institution which is mandated to provide aeronautical meteorological services for aviation. And research shows that the information that the aircraft needs to navigate, about 60% is meteorological. And so we provide this information through the air controllers to the pilots for their navigation. Enemy of the aircraft is the weather.
Despite the crucial provision of these services, there exists an outstanding financial matter involving two airport entities, the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority and the Ghana Airport Company Limited. Acting Director General of GMET, Esumai, says this monetary deficit presents a substantial obstacle to adequately financing the agency's ongoing operations.
It used to be an MOU that we had between them, but in 2019, through our minister, our act was amended and gave specific receivables from aviation to Ghana Meteorological Agency, specifically landing, all the flight that lands in Ghana. Airport companies, civil aviation, charge them. And whatever money they charge them, the law says that 10% should be given to Ghana Meteorological Agency. Again, all the flight over our flight zone, the flight that doesn't land in Ghana, they cross Ghana flight information region, they charge them. And the money they charge them, the law says that 10% should be given to Ghana Meteorological Agency. Again, all the tickets that we buy, we pay tax on them, all right, airport tax. And so airport company collect that tax, and the law says that all the taxes that they collect, 5% should be given to Ghana Meteorological Agency. The challenge is the implementation. These organizations are not paying as the Act demands.
GMET offers forecast 3 times a day, as well as weather advisories and warnings whenever significant weather events are detected.
So this is weather forecast for yesterday, right? So this was what was predicted yesterday for yesterday night and then today. So yesterday night we're expecting more of cloudiness and then some slight rain and then drizzle. And then Wednesday also, that is today, we are still expecting mostly cloudy conditions, some misty conditions as well as more of slight rain and then drizzle. And then we can see that more of the thunderstorm activities are concentrated towards the northern sector. So basically this is the process that we go through before we come out with a forecast. We have the weekly forecast, which is issued on Monday, and then is updated on Wednesday, and that is the midweek forecast. And the midweek forecast is also updated for Friday towards the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be the updates over for the midweek forecast. Aside this forecast, also we have what we call the daily forecast that we issue for 3 times a day. That is the 24-hour forecast. We have the morning, afternoon, and evening forecast. So currently we are working on the afternoon forecast and then the evening forecast here in Kafo. The morning forecast, we have the office at airports taking care of the morning forecast for the 24-hour period. So
the Central Analysis and Forecasting Office serves as the hub for collecting and analyzing weather and climate data, which is then disseminated to the public. A majority of researchers are stationed at this office to monitor shift in weather patterns and communicate these changes to the general population. Joe Tete Potofi is the Deputy Director in charge of synoptic meteorology and forecasting.
We have what we call a satellite receiver also that is able to tell us every 15 minutes what is happening in the whole world. So we can scale it down to Ghana. And that one we normally call it it's a meteorological satellite for the European community. But since we belong to the World Meteorological Organization, we also have access to it. And these are all the forecasters there. They will print out these ones, they will arrange it, and they will discuss it. Somebody will lead and you will discuss. And out of this, we come out with the forecast. There are a lot of products here.
Over the years, some Ghanaians doubt information from this institution.
My challenge is people getting the awareness that these services exist and these services can help us. That's what we have not succeeded in, getting everybody on board. But those who use our services really know that our services have improved, is good, is helpful, is helping them in their businesses. But a lot more people know those services exist. And so a call for a lot more work to sensitize the Ghanaian populace to know that These are the weather and climate services being churned out or generated and produced by Ghana Meteorological Agency, and this is how it's going to help them.
GMET needs about 120 automatic weather stations of synoptic nature to achieve nationwide coverage and deliver forecast tailored to specific locations. With the existing 44 manual and automatic synoptic weather stations, the agency is unable to offer forecasts that are customized to particular locations. According to Mr. Esumai, a weather station should be established within every 5-kilometer radius in an ideal scenario.
For every 5-kilometer radius, ideally, I need a station there. So you can imagine the size of Ghana and then calculate 5-kilometer radius and multiply by a number of stations that I need. It's hundreds and thousands. So we need a lot. We don't have that much. There are the agric stations, the synoptic type of station I spoke about. That one for WMO standard, you can have 20-kilometer radius. So one station can cover 20-kilometer radius, and if you don't have them, you can do 40-kilometer radius.
The agency also needs about 600 rain gauges and 4 radar systems to ensure complete national coverage.
The rain gauges, I need a lot of them. That one, about 600 will be cool for us because, and that's too, I'm getting some few of them. In fact, there's another project I didn't mention, Gary project, and Gary project is also gotten us 2 of the synoptic type of automatic weather station, which is yet to be installed, already bought, and 18 of the rain gauge rainfall stations. And the type of rainfall station they bought for us, which has even temperature sensors, so it's kind of an enhanced rainfall stations. And radar, we have 1, and we need about 4 to cover the entire country. Garage project, which is getting us 1 more. FSRP, there's 2 radar proposed there, which hasn't gotten the approval yet. And then in JDEP, there's 1. With the radar, you'll be able to identify a very localized storm or system developing, and then be able to analyze it and forecast. Sometimes you can see that you are living in your house, it's not raining. You get to just a distance away from your house, it will rain there, it will not rain in your house. They call them localized systems that are developed. So it can rain in Medina and it will not rain in Adenta, or rain in Medina and not rain in East Legon. But there are systems that rain that it will pass through the whole country or the whole section of the country. You say that a system is coming from Nigeria, Benin, Togo, and then is going pass through Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire. Satellites will pick those ones with the system moving, and you can track it. But radar satellite will not pick the one which is developing in a small community, say in Aburi, and to be able to analyze and forecast. And so that's why I'm saying they complement each other with the ground information that we have gathered. If you put all these things together, GMET's forecast will be extremely, reliable. People talk about they want location-specific forecasts, where the forecast will be point. With the radar and all this equipment in place, it will enhance our effort to get location-specific forecast, if not even point forecast. A very small radius, about 9 or 5 kilometer radius forecast. With this equipment, you will be able to give.
However, to cater to agricultural needs with specialized agromet weather station types, the agency also requires about 350 such stations.
Yes, but for the agromet type, we need about 350. We have about 50 in the system. And this project are also looking at, we put some proposal there which has been approved to get a lot more of them. I think in the FSRP project we have about 50 requested. And then under GDEP, and GDEP is a Ghana digital accelerated project and the Ministry of Communication. Also, we have, I think, about 35 proposed there. And so we believe very soon for the stations, we will have them.
By the end of 2023, GMET aims to have about 61 automatic weather stations in addition to the current 22 manual stations towards achieving the goal of establishing 120 weather stations nationwide. There are intention to transition towards employing self-recording automatic weather stations in order to enhance the timeliness and precision of data collection. A report by Mohammed Nuruddin.
We'll take a quick break on Joy Newsroom. We'll be back with more. Please stay with us.
Hello there. To provide timely information and to explain educational reforms and to discuss school models and interventions, the Ministry of Education, in partnership with the Teacher Education Journal, presents to you the first ever education TV talk show, The Edu Talk Show. The Edu Talk Show keeps you informed and updated on trends in the world of education.
The Ghanaian teacher is so versatile. Provide him the opportunity, train him, and that teacher will perform wonders.
Where are the women? They're doing very well academically, but they're not in the sciences and all of that. So technology is missing a lot more women that they could have had.
You need to tell the parents, at the moment, what you are getting is covering only an aspect of your child's education. And therefore, it's very difficult for you to make any decision with the limited information you have.
We still have more to do when it comes to safe school.
So join us as we speak to our guests on reforms taking place in Ghana's education sector. My name is Blessed Sogan, and I am your host.
Artificial intelligence, creativity and sustainability. Join this year's Africa Rising 6, brought to you by the International Advertising Association IAA at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, as we uncover the power of building future-ready brands on 5th and 6th September. Speakers Sasan Saidi, World Chairman and President, International Advertising Association, Andrew Techiapia, Co-Founder and MD, ZPay, Letepu Machaba, Independent Business Leader, former Vice President of Home Care, Unilever, Ivan Moroki, CEO, Kanta South Africa, Guy Parker, Chief Executive, Advertising Standards Authority, United Kingdom, Steve Papaiko, CEO, Extreme Ideas, Sami Awuku, Director General, National Lottery Authority, and many more. This conference is sponsored by Margins Group, ZPay, Google, MTN, GOIL, and NLA, Media Partners, CNN, Media General, the Multimedia Group, Graphic Communication Group, City TV, and City 97.3 FM. Register now at www.africarising.iaaglobal.org for more information, or contact Nanajwa on 0242 528 431 or the AAG Secretariat 0244 440477.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint. As compared to other paint brands on the market, we take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now, let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
Welcome back. Let's do business now. Leading security solution firm Virtual Security Africa says its varied cutting-edge technology in security solutions and excellent before and after sales service is what you need when you think technology. Key management systems, electric fencing, access control, and intruder alarm systems and more is what Virtual Security Africa has to offer. Sales executive Esther Boajiwa has been speaking to Joy Business ahead of the Joy News EcoBank Habitat Fair. These days, security is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. So let me ask, are you looking for a security solution in your home, office, or space? Are you able to determine which security setup would be ideal for your space? Or do you have a challenge with after-sales service after installation? Well, Virtual Security Africa has a solution for you. Here are the services they offer.
Virtual Security Africa is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. We've been in operation for 15 years, and for the 15 years, we've been providing our clients with cutting-edge solutions to meet their security needs. And with this, we are talking about the sales and installation of CCTV, fire alarm, intruder alarm, access control, time and attendance, asset tracking, vehicle boom barriers, anything security you can talk about. And we have branches in Accra, Takrady, and Kumasi.
On what sets Virtual Security Africa apart from the rest, this is what lead sales executive Esther Boajiwa had to say.
We choose Virtual Security Africa because of quality. We have been in the system for 15 years, and for 15 years we've been consistent with giving quality in our products to our customers. And also, if you are buying from us with regards to quality, you are buying peace of mind. Peace of mind in the sense that we are NDAA compliant. Also, we get free on-site consultation. With that, we come to your site or your space and we advise you on the type of product that you would need in your space. So we help you in making a purchasing decision, and we do that free. We have a strong research and development team that always goes out to do research, and because of that we are able to stay consistent with new technologies and innovations when it comes to security. We offer lifetime after sales support. With this, when you buy the product and we install for you, we don't just leave you at installation. We go through with you. And the first 6 months is even free. So if there's any issue with your product after installation, we are always at your call to come and solve the problems for you.
Esther explains why businesses should leverage the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair to expand their reach and boost sales.
Habitat Fair has been impactful to our company. Looking at last year and previous years, we started off as exhibitors, now we are sponsors. It has given us a great raise in our clientele base. We have been able to serve a lot of homes with our security solutions. And this year we are participating because we want to be more visible. The impact it gave us last year, we want to build on that. And our main aim is to make sure that almost every home in this country has security. So this year we are making sure that the cost of owning a security solution in your home is very affordable. So we are participating and we are making sure that our customers and our patrons get quality yet affordable products. So we entreat all and sundry to pass through the next clinic of the Habitat Fair and visit our stands at Virtual Security Africa, because we have a lot of goodies to offer our patrons. We are heavily discounted. We are giving out free devices. We are giving out free GSM or free video audio intercom if you purchase any of our CCTV packages. And if you even walk in without buying anything, we have souvenirs that we are giving out to patrons. So we want everybody to pass through our stands at Virtual Security Africa, and we have a lot of goodies for you. We have branches in Accra, Takoradi, and Kumasi. In Accra, our main office is at Tesano, opposite Alive Chapel. Our ultramodern showroom is at Jowulu, opposite the UBA. And in Kumasi, we are at Santasi Runabout, opposite the Golf Filling Station, Yasantua Building. And in Takoradi, we are off the Kintampo Road, very close to Toyota Ghana Limited. Otherwise, you can also find us in our showroom at Jowulu, opposite UBA, first floor, Nanadepa Plaza. You can also call us on 055-874-0764, 055-874-0764. You can follow us and on our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Threads at Virtual Security Africa. Our website is www.virtualsecurityafrica.com. At Virtual Security Africa, we say one thing: we will beat the advertised price of any security product of comparable quality. So come and let's help you make a purchasing decision.
Now you know. Make sure you visit the Virtual Security Africa stand at this year's EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. When you think of security solutions, think Virtual Security Africa. The Central Region Minister, Justina Menzgold has underscored the Central Region's commitment to stimulating economic activities, harnessing its economic potential, and prioritizing the development of agribusiness. Speaking at the opening of the Central Region Trade and Investment Expo 2023, the minister emphasized a multifaceted approach to bolster the local economy. There's more in this report.
The Expo, which serves as a platform for trade and investment opportunities within the Central Region, has drawn attention to the region's determination to fuel economic growth and prosperity. These initiatives are geared toward transforming the local economy, fostering job creation, and improving the standard of living for its residents. The Central Regional Minister, Justina Menzgold, underscored the region's recognition of the pivotal role the private sector plays in driving economic growth. She says by creating a conducive environment for investment, the region aims to leverage the expertise and resources of the private sector to achieve its development goals.
Our dream for this fair is to stimulate economic activities in different parts of the region and beyond, harness economic potentials, and to focus on the development of agro-business. We are also highly committed to the promotion of domestic tourism and, above all, attract private sector investments into the region to transform our local economy. This event is a homegrown initiative designed by the Council in line with our regional development strategy and transformation agenda to create visibility for the Central Region in areas of trade, tourism, and investment. This year's theme, Sustaining Business Opportunities, Nurturing Small-Scale Enterprises in Central Region, is a follow-up of the successes of Central Expo 2022, held last year. 300 exhibitors from large, medium, and small-scale enterprises, especially the private sector, to get the exposure.
Central Regional House of Chiefs, or therefore Amoako Buedu, says the House of Chiefs stands ready to support investors with land to support investment and growth of the region.
It is the duty of chiefs to make lands available to investors, and Central Regional House of Chiefs is doing just that, trying to have land banks for investors. And so we do expect similar commitments from other stakeholders like the government in the provision of an enabling environment through the right policies, incentives, and infrastructure to attract investors and to ensure that businesses thrive.
Deputy CEO of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Samuel Kofi-Dentu, says industrialization is the main driving force to accelerated development and called for private sector support.
While the Central Region economy boasts a wealth of opportunities ranging from its access as a hub of education, tourism, related services, mining and fisheries, it will take a significant increase in the private sector investment inflows into the regional economy to achieve truly transformational results over the short term in respect of inclusive and accelerated industrial growth with higher levels of job creation.
As the expo unfolds, attendees, investors, and stakeholders alike are undoubtedly exploring the promising avenues for collaboration and investment that the Central Region has to offer. Reporting for Joy News, Richard Kwejenyako.